Not that far though. That's kind of close. How about right there? How does that look? Got an upside down tiger. The eye of the tiger. Yep, he's upside down. Anyhow, how is everybody today? Let's see. Got my video going here. It's playing an ad. We're making some money. All right, we can skip our ad now. It's for Sono Bello, 1 session fat removal. Huh, interesting. What is that? What do you do? I don't know. You get a free consultation now. What do they do to you? Minimal downtime, affordable financing, personalized procedure. I don't know. I don't think that sounds like anything I want to do. I don't know. Anyhow, how is everybody today? How are you? How are you? How are you? Who is here? Joe and Catherine and Marion are here. So is Garden Craft. So is Sherry and the other Joe. Lynn's here. Bethany. Hello, Bethany. It just went jumpy on me. Hang on, I gotta go back. Hello, Patty. Patty, I mailed your package out. Patty 1. I mailed her package. Thank you for hitting that like button. Joe, I appreciate that. That helps. It really does. It helps people know that you liked what's going on here. Hello, Valerie. How are you doing? And Paula is here. Hello from Cincinnati. Gammy is here. Hi. John's here. Jody. Hello, Jody. Hello, Jeanette. Angela's here. Hey, Angela. You've had a visitor, I see, right? Somebody was visiting you? Mm-hmm. Saw that. Brenda's here. Hey, Brenda. Hope you're at home, Brenda. Dawn, hello. How's Dawn? And Lisa? Emma. Hello, Emma again. Spent some time with Emma yesterday in the Crochet Live. Hello, Jess. How you doing, Jess? What are you working on, Jess? You getting something else done? I know you do about 4 or 5 every month. Come do mine, Jess. Come do mine. Hello, Gina. And Sherry T is here. Hello, Sherry. Sean, hi. Carolyn's here. How are you? You're in that weird zone today. 0. 0 whips? No, Jess. Tell me it's not true. How can that be? Don't know. Oh, because events start Tuesday. What, you're all caught up with all your July events? Seriously? You're ready for August? Okay. Amelia's here. Hello. Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Dawn. Did I say hi, Dawn? Maybe. Grace was here for 6 days. It was wonderful. 6 whole days with Grace. She's off now and on her way to somewhere else, I'm assuming, right? She's a traveling woman, man. She's getting all over our country, isn't she? Fun. I mean, what else you gonna do, right? You're gonna go travel around. You're gonna see the world. Do it. Do it. All right. So I have no sense of organization with this painting because I have just like got the bag of drills here. See, look, bag of drills. They're all pre-bagged, so I've just left them in their little baggie here. And I just pull them out as I go. So that's what I've been doing, making a big mess. And then by the time I'm done, they'll just be little bags all over the place because I just leave them lay out, right? Hello, the Crafty Heifer's here. Marissa's here. July is done. Finished a chuck this morning. Oh, it was the last Dreamer Design one from your stash. Hello, Tina. And Patty, you finished your Pinson? Woo-woo! Yay! So you have noticed that they are now coming out with the Chuck Pinsons that Dreamer Designs had, right? So that just means I have to go buy more Chuck Pinsons, right? I did not buy the Dreamer Designs versions. As you all know, I bought one. One Dreamer Design Chuck is all I bought. It's the only one that I really liked the rendering of. So now I'm getting more. Yes, the tiger is Great. The tiger is really, really good. Okay, who saw Maritza? I did not see Maritza. Angela saying, hey, Maritza. Where is she at? I didn't see her. Oh, no. I'm on live chat. So, yeah, it's working out really, really good. Yeah, my truck collection is out of control, Jess. Out of control. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Tina. Yep, out of control. I have more than I could ever do. I think I could work on nothing but Chuck Pinsons, and it would be years and years and years of just Chuck Pinson before I could finish all of them. It's unbelievable. And they just keep coming out. They just keep coming out. I'm like, are you done yet? Nope, we're not done. I don't know. So I have some thoughts about that, right? I have some thoughts. Two things. Are they that prepared that they know the Chuck Along is coming next month? I mean, it's possible, right? Or is contract running out with Chuck? Those are my two thoughts. One of those two things is probably the case. Otherwise, why would they be coming out with so many in a row? Bing, 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 bing. And sometimes there's been two in a week. There's got to be a good reason. They have to have some good rationale for why they're doing that, right? I don't know. I really have no insight. I wish I did. I wish I had some insight, but I do not. So there's that. But I just keep buying them. You know, I have to have them all. I have to have them all. What is it that's the saying for? You gotta have them all. What is that? I know that's for something. You only buy ones that talk to you. Uh-huh. Are they talking? Who's talking? Which ones are talking to you right now? Maybe it is for the event. I don't know. It could be, I suppose. I don't really recall them really doing that in the past, but I mean, okay, there was one year they did, but it wasn't this many. There may have been like, I don't know, 3 or 4 came out before a Chuck Along, but it wasn't this many. But this has just been like, dang, I cannot keep up, right? Cannot keep up. And it works out that I'll be looking at the sneak peeks coming out all week long, and I'm like, nope, 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 don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. And then I think it was Friday, popped in, and somebody sent me a message, and I was like, seriously? Seriously? There's a Chuck Pinson this week? Seriously? I was good. I was good until, wow, that's an AB, and it stuck to this glue dot. I was good until that, right? I'm like, dang. I've been really, really trying hard to not buy stuff, just stuff. Diamond paintings, yarn, just stuff. I've been doing really good. Pokemon, that's it. Thank you, Catherine. I'm not a Pokemon person. Has to trigger a nostalgic moment or something. Tina, the Chuck Along is in September. September, the whole month. Yeah, I know. There was Cheryl Baker too. I don't know. Maybe that, I'll just say maybe that's what they're doing. They have paid attention to events that are coming along, and they're getting ready for us. I don't know. The one who dies with the most wins, really? Okay. Yep. Do the Chuck Along, Joe. Do the Chuck Along. You got Judy Garland and a couple of others. Yeah. Hello, GMR. How are you? So I really hadn't bought anything. I think the only things I have purchased over the last several months from Diamond Art Club are all Chuck Pinsons, except for the gift. When they did the gift thing, I mean, who isn't a sucker for a free gift, right? And I'm not one of those people that has a lot of things in my list, my favorites, or my, what do you call it? My wish list. That's it, my wish list. I don't have a lot in my wish list. I had like 3 things in my wish list. And so when there was free gift, and I'm like, okay, free gift. All right, who can pass up free gift? I can't. So I went and I got one thing so I could get the free gift because I didn't want to be left out of the free gift. They got me. How many of you did they get with that free gift? I'm telling you. I was doing so good, not buying stuff except for Chuck Pinson's, and then free gift. Just flash that in front of my face, and I'm like, okay, let me go buy something. And I did. I did. I bought something. Yep, there you go. Special gift. You were good until the Chuck, right, Marion? I know. Um. Oh, did you get yours, Jess? Did you already get yours? And you didn't really care for the gift? I've seen a few. I haven't looked. I have not looked to see what the free gifts are. Okay. Um, my friend Sue showed me her free gift because it's a different number than mine. And I was like, okay, you can show me yours. But that's the only one I want to see. I don't want to see anybody else's because I know my number. My number is 8. I am number 8, but I don't want to know what number 8 gets. I could be disappointed. I very well could be disappointed, but sometimes you do things just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. And I'm looking for a red. Number 900's got to be a red because I'm doing this flower. But where is it? Where is 900? I just put these all away back in the bag yesterday because of the crochet live. And I needed my table. So I put them on. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? That's it. So I put them all away. And now I got to get them all out again. I want to see them. Is anyone sharing? Are you talking about the gifts? You're talking about the gifts. There is a thread in the VIP group that talks about the gifts. Joe passed. Joe, I'm proud of you, Joe. I'm proud of you. John got it. Sean got it. I don't know what the gift was, Sherry. They're all different. I don't know. You ordered from Craftably. Well, good for you, Catherine. There's still one at Craftably I want. You worked late and you forgot to order. It was there for about, 24 hours? I didn't order on the first day. I ordered the next morning. So, I know what the gifts are. Yeah, go check the VIP group. There was a thread that was where you could post your gift under the number or whatnot. You gotta save money for a retreat. There you go. Oh, Dawn. John got number 8 too, so we might possibly get the same thing. I don't know. Guess we'll see when it gets here. So here's the thing I don't understand. I think it was in the VIP group, must have been the VIP group. I saw the other day that somebody in I don't know, some other country had already gotten their painting that they ordered the free gift day, right? And it was like 2 days afterwards. And they already had it, I don't know, Ireland, or I don't remember what country it was. But I'm like, what? They got it already? And they were even surprised and shocked that they got it that quickly. Well, my friend Sue has already gotten hers. And she got it yesterday? I think it must have been yesterday because we didn't talk about it today. And then I look at mine and my tracking, and I'm not expected to get mine until Tuesday. Tuesday. How can it be Tuesday? Why is it taking so long to get here? I will say this. Hello, Manette. How's the tattoo, Manette? Manette was getting a tattoo. I just told her business anyhow. Since they moved to Texas, I have noticed a distinct difference in how quickly I get my paintings from them. They definitely take longer to get to me than they used to. But this one seems like incredibly long. When did I order it? What days were those? Tuesday and Wednesday or something like that those were up? I don't know. And it's going to take almost an entire week to get to me. When they were over in New Jersey, I was on it, man. I was on it. It would be, I could order on a Saturday and I could have it by Wednesday at least, But yeah, moving to Texas did not do me any favors, that's for sure. But anyhow, it is what it is. It's not like I need it today, tomorrow, nothing like that. Heck, I put out a Chuck Pinson video today for one of my recent purchases, but that's not the only one. I have one more yet that I haven't even been able to put a video out for yet. So there's still one more that I just recorded the video for. Hello, Jennifer. How's Jennifer? Jennifer, how's the basket going? Your order from today has shipped? Joe, that's not even fair. That's not even fair. Oh, wow. Oh, so you're not expecting John's until Wednesday. Okay. I don't know. I just don't know. It's just gotten really slow coming my direction. Am I that far away? Well, I am, kind of. I am a long ways away from Texas. I know that. But anyhow, I just didn't think it should be taking that long. But it is. I'll live. I'll survive. It will be fine. Like I said, I don't need it today or tomorrow. I don't even need it by September because I have my September canvas already. As you all know, the little teal lighthouse is just sitting in there waiting, just calling my name, waiting, waiting, waiting. So, and then there's that other one that I started in March that's just sitting there, just sitting there on the bed going, I wonder if I will get any more drills put upon me. I could have been working on it like right now because I had some time after finishing the gnomes for, my 2-month event that I used it for. Yeah, 2 months. But it only took me it took me a little bit over 6 weeks to finish it. So I've had some time here, and that's why I pulled this out because I really, really wanted to put some drills on this and see how it's turning out. And I love it. It's turning out great. So I like it. Your shipping hasn't changed. Well, there you go. Oh, you did put a picture on Instagram? I'll have to go look at it. Did you finish the whole basket? Oh, or you just got the bottom done? So we're making a basket in our crochet along live on Fridays. And all we really worked on Friday was just our base, like our round bottom base of our basket. And then next week, we're going to start going up the sides and building up our sides of our baskets. So it's a very interesting project. It's way different. It's 3 strands of yarn and it's chunky and it's a little different to crochet that much yarn together at the same time. Angie and I were both like, man, our hands hurt when we were done with that. And it's funny. Her right hand that holds her hook was the one that hurt. And my left hand that holds my yarn is the one that was hurting. So I haven't picked it up again. I mean, I did crochet this morning for a while, but I didn't crochet on that. I crocheted my other little project, which was nice. Gave my hand a break. So, all right. Sorry, I'm looking for a color. Looking for a color. Where's 918? 918. There it is. There she be. All right. So, just the bottom. You just got the bottom done. Okay. Your orders are slower? Yeah, I'm certain, Angela, that if you ordered from them, you would get yours very quickly. I heard somebody else who lived in Texas and they were just like, their order shipped the same day and they had it like the next morning or something because they were in Texas. Came super, super fast for them. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? I just dumped out a whole ton of those. And you know how many I need? I needed 3. Guess I should have paid more attention. I was having one of those days today where I just wasn't paying much attention to what was going on. And that was a bad thing because I was driving. I was like, whoa, where am I? What am I doing? Why did I come? Okay, I'm going to do something. because there's a whole bunch of these right here. And I'm just going to move this little release paper because I'm headed that way anyhow. And I'm going to grab those right there. Yeah, I was driving and I wasn't paying much attention. I'm like, why am I going this way? I mean, I wasn't doing anything stupid, but I was just like, why did I go this way? That was the wrong way to go. I didn't want to be on this highway. Oh my gosh, right? Ugh. You kind of wish they would have made it bigger. Yeah, it is smaller though, which I'm okay with that, Joe, because if that's what I'm going to do in September, I'm okay that it's a little smaller. Might give me a little better shot at, I would say finishing it, but that, we know that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Yeah, and Jennifer, you're in Texas too, so I don't know. You might get yours quicker now too. I would assume that you would get it quicker if you're in Texas because, you're like right around the bend. Let me tell you a quick little story about shipping. I have that informed delivery on my phone. It tells you what's coming, UPS mail, right? And the other day it said I had 4 packages coming. 4. They weren't all mine, just saying. But so Dale was outside when the mail person came, and he met them in our driveway, and they dropped off 2 packages to him in his hand. And he came up with them, and I was like, well, that's not right. Where's the other 2 things at? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. One of them was like bearings for him for a saw. He was working on a saw, and they didn't come. And then Vivian had sent me something, and it didn't come. So I was like, well. So I went in and I checked my informed delivery again. So the first 2 items that he picked up in the driveway were marked delivered to person. All right. It actually said delivered to a person. Okay. Yes, they were delivered to a person. And then the other 2 were red flagged. They had a little red flag, little warning thing on them. And it said, were not delivered, did not have access. Access was, there was no access to the location. And I was like, say what? Wait, my husband was standing in the driveway. He was right there. What do you mean you didn't have access? So I couldn't do anything about it, but I called the next day. I called the post office in the morning the next day. And I was like, this is what happened. I explained the situation. And the guy's like, do you have your tracking numbers? Of course, yes. I gave him 1 tracking number. And he looked at it and he was like, so here's what I think happened. He said, hang on, what was my number again? 3778, this one. Okay. He said, so what probably happened is that the other 2 packages were out of order in the carrier's vehicle. He said, but that being said, when they discovered it, that they were out of order and that they had already passed that address, he said they should have turned around and delivered those. He said, and I apologize that they did not. He said, and I'm going to make a note and I'm going to have a chat with the driver. He said, they should be back on the truck today and they should be at your house. Guess what? They were. They totally were the very next day. And Dale met them at the mailbox again. He met them at the mailbox this time because our mail carrier goes down our road all the way down to the end and turns around. So we can hear them like when they drive by, and then they turn around down at the end and come back and deliver the mail. So he met the mail carrier right there at the mailbox, and he said, yeah, so what happened? I said, these were supposed to be delivered yesterday. And the mail carrier was like, I don't know. Maybe they were on a different truck or something. I don't know what happened. And I'm just thinking, you know what happened. You know exactly what happened. You got lazy. You didn't have all my packages together. You went past my house. And it even told me the times, they were only 15 minutes apart. You should have turned around and delivered them. And she didn't. So, yeah. What owls are you guys talking about? Owls from DAC. Which owls is that? Right, Joanna? When they were in New Jersey? Right. You could order on Saturday and you could have them by Tuesday. Mine was usually Wednesday. I'm a little further away than you, but yeah. Yep. So anyhow, What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So anyhow, I think somebody probably got, and he thanked me. He was like the postmaster there, at our local post office. And he thanked me. He said, thank you so much for calling. He said, we really like to, know when there are issues. He said, then we can work on making things better. He said, I appreciate that. I'm going to handle that. And I'm sorry that happened, but you should have them today. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right. Thank you. So there's that. That's how that went down. So I don't know. I probably got somebody in a little bit of trouble. And you know what? It's not that I mean to get somebody in trouble. I just want people to like do their job the way they're supposed to do it. If you go to work and you do something in error, I mean, you're going to hear about it, right? I mean, wasn't that hard to turn around? They're in a truck. We don't have a walking route, They drive everywhere here, so it wasn't that hard to turn around and deliver them. Apparently it was, though. Maybe they were in a hurry. Had places to go. Had places to go. What's going on in October? Oh. I know which one you're talking about now, Joe. Thank you. That painting has been all over the place. I mean, it's been all over the place. It would never have been here before Thursday. What? Why did yours take so long? That's interesting. I don't know why yours would have taken that long. You were like next door, right? That's like the people who live in Texas now. It would seem like theirs would all come quite rapidly because they're right there in Texas, right? Yeah. So events. Let's talk events real quick. We're almost there. Just a couple days, we start smashing the specials. That's Brandy and I. Oh, Brandy, where's Brandy? Brandy, come talk about smashing the specials with me. She's not here. So yeah, we're doing smashing the specials, and that's the entire month of August. I'm super excited to get started with some. I have a box full sitting in my kitchen, ready to go. If I do everything that's even in the box, I think I would be happy. That's not to mention the hundreds that are still downstairs. Yeah, hundreds. I said hundreds. I've never counted, but I'm certain there are hundreds. But I'm ready to get some of them done, for sure. There's a couple I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with the one from Crystal Canvas Arts. It's like a hanging pendant type thing. I'm going to start with that one. They are sponsoring our event. We have several sponsors. And that's a new item for them, and they would really kind of like to see how it turns out. So I'm going to do that one first. And it's going to be super cute. I know it's going to be cute. It's a little wooden bucket full of flowers, if you didn't see the video. So I'm going to do that one first. And then I don't know. I've got an assortment of, I have a lot of like canvases, Brandy doesn't have as many canvases as I do. I have a ton of canvases. She has more off-canvas projects, but I have a bunch of canvases. So I'm going to try to mix it up between, off-canvas things that are on a canvas, all that, and see what I can get done. So Crystal Canvas is sponsoring us. Thank you so much, ladies. I love my Crystal Canvas ladies. Oh my gosh, you guys. Amy and Jen are wonderful. I am so happy I've met them and made friends with them. Love them to death. Look at everybody saying hello to Chris. Chris, you are a popular guy, man. Oof. Everybody's saying hello to you. Whoa. They're doing 2 weekly prizes and a grand prize. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. We also have Tima is giving us 2 weekly prizes. So she's giving us gift cards to spend in her shop. And then I have a sweet lady. Her name is Carissa. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you her last name right now. She's on Facebook, and I was connected to her through Yvonne. Yvonne had ordered some things from her, and she asked about sponsoring events, and so she has sent me a box of goodies to give away. There are 3D printed items, and they're super cute. They all hold pens. And I'll have to show them to you soon in a video. I'll try to put them in a video here soon. Like when I kit up something for Smashing the Specials or something like that, I will show them to you. So I have some things to give away from her, which was awfully nice. So we got prizes. We got some pretty good stuff. We're excited to get started, and everything's going to be run through the Facebook group. There will be weekly posts. That's just kind of how we're doing things now. It works out so well to just have a weekly post, and you post your stuff there, and we can pick people for winners from it quite easily. It's wonderful. Instagram got wonky on us, didn't work so well, so we stopped kind of using that for prize giveaways, and I don't regret it. So yeah, there's that. So that's what's happening in August. Can you believe it's August? August. Lord have mercy, August. Wow. Oh, well, good morning. Good morning, Tammy, who just woke up. Good morning. Then September is Chuck-along, of course, September. And then in October, I need a name for this. Okay, help me out. Maybe you guys can help me out. This is what I'm doing. This is what's happening. I'm doing an event with Saban, my sweet friend Saban. Her and I are doing an event, and it is, I don't want to call it just breast cancer because it's really more about just cancer awareness. I have a painting that when I got it, I thought completely of my mom. October is the month of my mother's birthday. So there's that. And I want to do this painting. And so does Saban. And she wants to donate. She has some of her best-selling cover minders were like the breast cancer ribbon cover minder. Hi, Deborah. Good morning. You're not the only one who just woke up from a nap. Welcome. And so we want to make it about just cancer awareness and people who have maybe lost loved ones to cancer or are helping people through cancer, the camaraderie, the fellowship that you have, the helping support that you give people, that kind of thing. And we're going to do that painting from Dreamer Designs. So I need a good name for it. I don't have it named yet, but that's what it's going to be. Any suggestions? Any good suggestions? I had one written down somewhere. What was it? Hello, wondrous natures. Carolyn, you're ready. Yay, yay. What did I have written down? And I don't even know where I wrote it down now. I have all these. Does anybody else do this? I have all these little notebooks sitting around, and each little notebook has different stuff in it. Oh, here was one I had, and I don't know, it might not work as a hashtag like on Instagram, but we could always add something to it. But here was one idea was no one fights alone. That was one of the ideas. I need a name for it. I need a name. Anyhow, that's in October. So I have until October really to get it named, but that's what we're gonna do. And I think that's gonna be a very nice event, a very nice event. You are, Tammy? I did not know that. Congratulations. That is wonderful, right? That is awesome. A post just popped up yesterday, and I was like, oh, wow. It was something my sister had posted like last year, a couple years ago, probably. And it was the day that my mom came home from the hospital when she found out that she had primary peritoneal cancer. And I was like, wow, okay. It kind of came back and hit home again, right? Yeah. And it was all optimistic at that point that it could be treated. And it was one of the more treatable things that she could have had happen. But as it turns out, it wasn't. So anyhow, You guys aren't giving me any suggestion for names. No name suggestions. Come on, gotta have a suggestion. Oh, my brain is not coming up with something good. I need something good. All right. You like that one, Tammy? That no one fights alone? And I mean, we could always, if we had to add something like, I don't know, DP to it or diamond painting or something to add to it to make it a good hashtag. I mean, we'll still run it through my Facebook group probably. So at this point, I mean, Instagram, I really think just becomes a place to, house some pictures if you want to. How about fight on? That's not bad. All right. See, I'm going to write these down and I'm going to run this by Saban because her and I have been talking and we're both thinking. We're thinking. So, no one fights alone. Oh, sorry, Lynn. Because that's really true, right? No one fights alone this battle. Oh, together we are strong. I kind of like that one too. That's the point of what we're trying to do here, right? Together we are strong. What was that other one? I saw somebody else. Fight on. Cancer loses, we win. That's kind of cool. Thank you. Now you guys got your thinking caps on. Yeah. Cancer loses, we win. Stand up and reach out. I'm going to run these by Saban. See what she thinks. Together we can conquer. What didn't you like, Bethany? Which one? Any of them? Like there was no togetherness? Together we can conquer. Well, that was helpful. Thank you. What's wrong with the one I have? No one fights alone. That's true. Everybody is affected by it, isn't it? Everybody around you or around the person with cancer is affected, not just the person that has cancer. Everybody feels it. I do. It's true. All right. Okay, we got some good ideas there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Saban and I will pick out one of those. And so just think about it. That's what we're going to be doing in October is just like it's a cancer does stink and we're here to help each other through it and be there for each other, As a matter of fact, I mean, we'll go back to my sister who is still in her battle, I'll say, of, cancer. She's not done. She had surgery, but she has another surgery scheduled. So she has that coming up at the end of August, as a matter of fact. And she's going to need some help again. She's going to need some more support again. Yep. All right. You really like the one I came up with first? No one fights alone. DP strong. Those are great ideas, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's talk next about the retreat. Let's just go there next. Today, Mingle in the Mitten, the retreat that Angie, the Craftnado, and I are planning in May of next year. registration went live this morning at 9 a.m. Yes, bright and early. And then I thought about it later and I was like, that probably wasn't the best time. But we both had things to do today. And we were like, yeah, let's just get it out there. Let's get it out there early and let's just get this thing rolling. And, so that's what we did. Anyhow, it was very interesting. I sat there for a while. I made it live on my video and I put it in the Facebook group. And I sat there and I could watch the spreadsheet as people filled it out. And the registration would go directly to a Google Sheet. And I could watch names just pop into the Google Sheet. It was kind of fun to sit there and watch it, right? Well, I quickly discovered that we had a slight problem. It doesn't affect anybody who signed up, but we had a slight problem. I grabbed a link for the registration, and apparently when I linked it, I linked a copy and not the original one that Angie had created. So what happened is anybody who signed up under my links, it created a separate spreadsheet from the one that she had. So if you'd signed up under Angie's video, it went to one spreadsheet. If you signed up under my video or Facebook, it created another sheet. So we have two separate sheets going. And I only discovered that because Brandy had told me she'd signed up. And I was like, wait, I don't see Brandy's name on this spreadsheet. So I went into Facebook and I started looking there and I was like, oh, there's a whole nother bunch of people here. So that's just a technical difficulty on our end that we didn't do something correctly, We're trying to fix it. And then Angie's been gone all day and I've been gone a good part of the day. And so we haven't really had time to see how to fix that situation. But we will. It's just on our end just to make it easier so that we have everybody in one place instead of two separate, spreadsheets. Hello, Vanessa. Yes, Lynn, I see you twice. Yes. Can you plan an Insta call with me? Because you're been asked to plan a retreat. You can ask me for sure. I can give you all the tips that I know. So we're learning. I have never done this part of the retreat planning. I mean, I helped organize the Great Lakes Escape for 3 years. And the form aspect, registration, that kind of stuff was never my job. And so it's become Angie's job because she's like, oh yeah, I love making spreadsheets and this and that. And I know how to use them and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, great, awesome. That's your job. Good, cool. But we just have to figure out how to merge our two sheets together now and make one sheet, right? So everybody is in one spot, one spot. Okay. But that's one little technical difficulty we had. Then I got messages from people wondering if we'd send out an email verifying that we got your registration. And I was like, no, we did not. So we probably should have done that as well. We'll know better for next time, right? It is all a learning experience for us. This part of it is. If you ask me about decor and decorations and classes and door prizes and swag and all that stuff, I got you covered. I know how to do all that, right? Yeah, it is in Michigan at the Double J Resort. It's in Rothbury, Michigan. So I can handle all that stuff, but the technical stuff here, I'm lost, and I'm counting on Angie. To help with the spreadsheet stuff. So we worked on it this morning for about, an hour or more, trying to figure out how we could merge these two sheets and link it so that everything would go to one sheet, and we couldn't figure it out. And we both had to go. So it's not a big deal. Everybody that signed up is there. You're just on one sheet or the other sheet. So you're there. Don't worry. We just need to get it all merged into one. So Yeah, there's that. And then next time we will know to have a do a auto reply, back to your email to say, yes, we got your form, your registration, we got it, just to let people know so they don't freak out and think that they didn't, do something right. We'll have it auto inform you that we got it. So we'll do that as well. Hello, Lisa. How's Lisa doing today? So that was fun to just kind of watch names popping up and popping up and popping up. And now I know how to access both of those sheets. And so now when I go to see how many people are actually signed up, I have to look at both sheets and kind of add and whatnot. I will say this. I will tell you right now, we have room for 40 people. That we had 40 slots available. That included Angie and myself as well. And we're already signed up. We're already on the sheet. We have exceeded our 40 already. I think we exceeded 40 by like 12:30. Yeah. Registration opened up at 9, and I think we exceeded 40 by 12:30. So it is still open. Let me say, it is still open. Currently, you can still register. And we are at this point creating a wait list, of course. And I will say this. Last year, we went through well over 20 people on our wait list before we had our final list. So don't fear, right? If you're sitting on the wait list, don't fear. Things happen all the time. In the 3 years that I have helped organize a retreat, that's the one thing I've learned. People have things happen, people drop, and we go through people on the wait list. It happens. And I think it happens with every retreat. So we don't mind having a fairly large wait list, but we will need to close this, probably sooner than we thought we were going to close it. We don't want it to get to be such a huge wait list. I mean, there's no point in having a ginormous wait list that we know that we would never fill. So we will have to consider when we're going to close it down. And then we got to figure out how to close it down in all areas because we have 2 different things going. So we'll have to make sure we get that correct, right? But yeah, do not worry. I mean, and if you're considering it, just fill it out before we close it because you just never know. You just never know. I know Marissa was in here, and Marissa is the one I credit with the very first retreat that I know of. And Marissa has organized and hosted several retreats. And I know that Marissa as well will tell you that, yes, we go through people on the wait list. It just happens. And so we really need to have that wait list for backup. We need that backup. You just never know. You never, ever know what's going to happen. So, I just wanted to let y'all know that. And it's just crazy. I knew it would fill up. I knew that. I'm just still a little surprised how fast it filled. We knew that we had room for 40. And that's just simply due to the space that we had at this location. We could have gone larger, but the craft rooms that we could have had access to that could have accommodated more people weren't optimal. They were like really far away from the lodging. And that was not what we were wanting. So there's a location that, it could have held like hundreds of people, but it was really, in my mind, it's really set up more as a wedding venue or something like that, because it's way out. It's like a mile down the road from the hotel rooms and stuff. So it wouldn't be very practical to sleep a mile away from where you're going to go craft, right? That wouldn't make much sense. So it wasn't practical for that. Anyhow, and Angie and I have talked about it, and that next year, this may be what we call a roving retreat, and it can travel to some different locations around Michigan. There's some other places we would like to look at that maybe we could host it at next year. We wanted our retreat experience to be something unique, not just, hey, here's a Holiday Inn in the middle of Grand Rapids and we're going to go there, and just rent rooms at a Holiday Inn. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we wanted it to be some unique places. And so that's what we really looked for when we picked this spot. And that's what we would look for in the future if we pick a different spot, is something unique. We really don't have like these retreat spaces. Good night, Angela. Like the ones in Texas, I look at what they have, and they have like an entire building that is set up really just for retreats. There is lodging, usually beside it, or like an upper floor, and then a big space below for crafting space. And they can house anywhere from 30 to 40 people. We don't have that. We just don't have that. Trust me. From the very first year, when we knew we outgrew our space, the very first year for Great Lakes, I was on the hunt to find something different, and hunted and hunted and hunted for something larger where we could have more people. And it just wasn't there, couldn't find it. We lucked out when somebody told us about the place in Ohio. That was just a fluke that we found that place in Ohio, and it has worked out very nicely. I will say that as far as the crafting space goes, we've outgrown that too. That's been outgrown. It was, in my opinion, it was crowded this year in the crafting room. Too crowded, I would say. So it could not grow any larger than it is. And if I was still planning it, which I'm not, I would say that we had 65 people. I would think that that's too many. And I've said it before, I was the one that really wanted more and more people because so many people want to attend a retreat, but that was a few too many. So anyhow, yeah, I thought that would be cool because there are some really awesome places in Michigan. Hello, Lori. There are some really cool places to visit in Michigan. The proximity to airports isn't always the greatest because we have, Detroit is our main airport. Grand Rapids isn't too bad. Lansing's not too bad. When we had the retreat the first year in Battle Creek, people did fly into Lansing, which worked. And I'm close to Lansing, so I actually picked some people up and took them with me. So that worked. But yeah, it's all about how you can get people to a space and all that stuff. So it's a lot of work. But Joanna, if you're still here, I'm more than happy to give you some tips and tricks and, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. How did everybody's week go? Our week was very interesting. Angie and I went and did a yarn crawl on Wednesday. And I don't know what it is about when Angie and I get together to do yarny things, that it's going to rain. And not just sprinkle. It's going to come down, torrentially come down. It has happened to us 3 times now when we have been out doing yarny things that we get caught in torrential downpour / storms, right? It happened again. Yes, on Wednesday, it happened again. we're out and about and driving around. So first of all, Angie drives most of it because she likes to be the driver. And I'm fine with that. I don't care. She's a good driver. She likes to drive. She can drive. So she's driving us around. I'm feeling like driving Miss Daisy, right? And our first, well, from like 10:30, quarter to 11, to 5 o'clock or so. She drove several places, and then we ended up back at her house because when we got to her house, we were going to separate. And I was going to get in my car, and we were going to go separately to the last two stores because they were really on my way home. So she was going to be going further away from her home to get to those last two, but I was going closer to home, right? East Coasters and Michigan is too far. Okay. All right. So, wow, really? Did I just do that? Are these really more two? Yep, I missed all these twos right there. Are you kidding? I need like 5 more. Okay. So that's what we did. And we left her house and we headed out. And we got down the road just a ways. One of the stores is like 15 minutes from her house. And we got to that store and the rain had started. We're like, okay, well, it's raining. We left that store to go to the last store we were going to, the last shop. And it was like, holy tamale. That drive, it was about 45 minutes. And it was horrific. It was horrible. The rain was coming down so fast and so hard that people were pulling off the road and everything else. And Angie and I, we both just slowed down and took our time, is what we did. It was ridiculous. So that whole 45-minute drive was just, whew. So we shopped at the store, and the rain had kind of settled down, right? It wasn't raining too much. We're like, okay, cool. I get in the car now to head home, and now I'm about a half an hour from home. I'm like, okay, I got a half an hour and I'm home. And what did it do? It continued to rain a lot, a lot. And it rained for Angie on her way back home. It just kept coming. It was like we couldn't get out of it. No matter where we were, what we did, we were both just in this rain, this crazy, crazy rain. And I mean, all you could do was just slow down, turn your wipers on as fast as they would go, right? And hope for the best. So I made it home just fine. And then as I'm home, like 10 minutes from my house, 10 minutes from my house. Hi, Bonnie. I could see to the west of me, the clouds opened up and the sun was shining, but I'm driving through the rain. It's still raining. It's not torrential anymore, but it's still coming down. And of course, I look up and here's not one, but 2 rainbows. I'm driving like through a rainbow pretty much, So that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was just crazy, crazy rain. So Angie and I, we just know if we're going someplace together, just plan on it. Just plan on rain to happen. We do have the Fiber Festival coming up in August. And I'm like, okay, Angie, is it going to rain? Let's just plan for it. Now, her and I don't drive around a lot for that one, but we got drenched there last year. Just got drenched at the very end of the day. We were taking a class and we got drenched. We had to go to the bathroom and we had to go outside of this building and it was just downpouring. It just came down in buckets. So Angie and I should know better. Bring an umbrella. Bring an umbrella, maybe a change of clothes, new shoes. I don't know. Whenever we get together, we should plan for that, right? But we had fun. We had a good time. I got a bunch of stuff to show you that I bought. I didn't do too bad. one store, we went to 6 stores. You had to go to 6 stores to qualify for a prize. So that's why we had to go to these last 2. We had already stopped at one that would have counted, except they were closed. They closed at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they know they're doing this yarn crawl. So why did they close? I have no idea, but they closed. So we had to go to the last 2 to get our 6, right? But I didn't buy anything at the one close to Angie's house. I didn't buy anything there. That store has like all of your common yarns that you can buy at Michael's and Joann's. Just, they have more of it. All the brands are there, you know, Premier and Lion Brand and this and that, and all the like big name, box name type yarns are there. And there wasn't anything I really wanted from there. I was hunting for special stuff. You know, I like to find special stuff. And that's what I buy when we go to these local yarn shops. So I didn't get anything there. But I didn't think I did too bad. I bought something at every other store. And I only bought like one. Some places only bought one thing. Like one hank of yarn was all I bought. I spent, let me think. Even though I don't feel like I got that much, it was about $180 worth of stuff, right? So I still spent some good money. And I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that Angie got more than I did. She asked me when we got back, like the next day or so, she said, "Did you look at your haul when you got back?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, I didn't do too bad. I held it down to a bare minimum, you know. I think I did all right. And she's like, "Oh, Lord." She says, "I didn't. I went crazy." I'm like, "Okay, well, enjoy." She crochets a lot more than I do, so, you know, it's fine. It's fine. She'll get to that yarn before I do. That's all I can say. All right. See, look at all the colors I've gone through. I just got to keep pulling them out one at a time. I'm looking for 3772. 3772. Oh. I was going to bring home the big painting, the Dreamer's Design, but I got to Angie's house and Angie was like, yeah, I haven't even touched it. And I'm like, "You haven't touched it?" And she's like, "Nope, haven't even taken it out of the box." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well," she said, "Would it be okay if I kept it like another month and I'll work on it and put some drills on it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." Because we're going to get together in August. And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Where is Dale? Dale is, I don't know, outside? He was outside working on his 22, which he said is broke. And I'm like, "Oh, you can't fix it." I'm like, "Okay." He said, "Yeah, I don't think I can fix it. And if I could fix it, it would probably cost more to fix it than just buying a new one." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." Well, he's got a friend, though, that has several guns and stuff, and he's going to take it over there and have him look at it and see what he thinks. If it's toast or if there's any hope for it. I don't know. So, but today was a crazy day. I mean, I got up this morning, did the whole retreat registration thing, talked with Angie, tried to figure out our issue. And then I had to go because I had to go pick up irises. If you remember, like, I don't know, a month or two ago, a couple months ago, we went to an iris farm while the iris were blooming and picked out some beautiful iris that we wanted to add to our collection. So iris have been separated, you know, and they have the tubers ready for you to come pick up now. So you put down your order, what you wanted when you were there looking. I like this one, and this one. And then she called one day this week and said, "It's ready for pickup. Let me know when you want to come get them." And I'm like, "Okay. How about I come out Saturday morning?" So I had an appointment with her to go out to her house, and it's about a half an hour from my house. That's when I was like where am I going? Why am I on this highway? Why did I take this route, right? Yeah. So, yes, I got the one that came out today. Of course, I did. Yes, that's a Dreamer Design. Uh, that came out at Dreamer Designs first, right? So I got out there, picked up my iris, headed home, and I had to stop and get a baby shower gift. One of my good friends from work, one of my group of friends, her daughter is having a baby. And so I had to stop and get a gift for that. And I was running so late this morning that I was like, I gotta go. And I didn't hop in the shower or anything. I was just like, let me just go get these iris and then I'll come home and I'll take a shower before I go to the baby shower. There's a lot of showering going on here, right? Showers, baby showers. So that's what I did. I went and I picked up the iris, stopped at Target, picked up the gift, and then got home, took a shower, did my hair, found out my blow dryer's not working. So now I can't really get my hair dry because my blow dryer's taking a poop on me. And I got ready to go to the baby shower. And Dale's just like, okay, well, it was nice seeing you. Oh, we had a sandwich before I left. He made a sandwich for us. And I'm like, thank you. Had a sandwich. And I took off to go to the baby shower. Well, I put on some pants and a shirt, so that I would look nice, not knowing that this baby shower was going to be outside. It was outdoors. Yes, in their backyard. And so I got there, and when I realized that, I was like, oh, well, I definitely have on the wrong clothing for this. I'm going to be hot. And it wasn't bad. It was only 81, maybe 82. So it wasn't like super hot. But when you're outside and you're in long pants, you get warm. You get warm, right? So I wasn't very happy about that. I wasn't happy. Yeah, and I have some new beautiful ones, Sherry. Some really new beautiful iris. I can hardly wait to see them next year. Thought you heard what name from somebody today? What name is that, Tammy? So I was there and I was hot. First of all, I was hot. And then it's here at our house too. If you're outside, we have like these little gnatty flies. You know what I mean? The little tiny little bugs, little gnat fly things. And they're driving me insane at this shower. I was like, oh, these bugs were just everywhere. And they were bothering all of us. We were sitting at these tables outside just like, whoo, waving our arms in front of our faces, because the bugs were just crazy, right? And then it was crowded. It was crowded. They had all these tables and chairs set up underneath like a canopy tent type thing. And the chairs were so close to each other that you couldn't get in and out of the tables and stuff. And so I just moved to the end of a table. So then I'm not sitting near my friends. And I couldn't really engage in it just wasn't fun. It just didn't turn out fun. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. Can I go home now? I'm ready. I hate to say that, but it's true. I was like, I've had enough. Hello, Soulful Brush. How are you? So yeah, I came home and I came home and I took off my pants first and my bra next. And I was like, I'm getting back in short pants or shorts or whatever I'm wearing. And I'm getting comfortable. Oh man. And I haven't seen Dale since. I really haven't. He has been outside playing around with that gun and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, have fun with that. So I don't know what he's doing right now. He's not playing with the gun anymore, but he was going to do some things today that he didn't end up doing. He was either going to help my sister with a project at her house or help my dad with something at his house. And I don't think he went either place today Because he told me he ended up weeding out a flower bed today, and I was like, oh, thank you. It was one that I've been meaning to get to, and I haven't. So he did it, and I'm like, oh, that was so nice. It was so nice of you to weed that flower bed out. So, yeah. I got home and we had a few dishes in the sink because I made something yesterday. I baked. I baked. We have blueberries. We have lots of blueberries. We only have one bush that produced berries this year because the others were really young and they're very small. So one bush gave us berries, a lot of them. One day this week, I tried to teach the grandkids how to pick blueberries. Yeah. Hello, Snuggies Crafting Corner. How are you? Oh, you're cross stitching. Yeah, that I don't cross stitch anymore. Nope. um, so I tried to teach the grandkids how to pick the blueberries. First of all, they have to be really dark, right? They have to be that dark blue. We don't pick them when they're not fully ripe. So the boys were getting it. My granddaughter was not. She kept picking the ones that were not ripe, and then I'd tell her they weren't ripe, and then she'd just throw them on the ground. And after about 4 or 5 attempts at this, I was like, okay, never mind, you're done. I just need you to just get out of my garden, right? And you can just go out and wait for us out there. So she did, but she pouted about it. And she was not a happy camper. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. But, I've tried to show you and you're just not quite getting it. So you don't get to pick anymore. Sorry. That's how it goes. So we picked the blueberries and I made a blueberry muffin cake. So it's like blueberry muffins. I could have put them in muffin tins and we would have had muffins, but it turned into a cake. However, when I went to make it last night, I realized we were out of milk and we needed milk. Went to the gas station and the milk was way too expensive. Good night, Lynn. Have a good weekend. Milk was way too expensive at the gas station. For a half a gallon of milk, it was like $4 at the gas station. And I'm like, no, 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 no. We'll go up the street to the convenience store and we'll get milk there because they have good milk and it's a lot cheaper. So we did that, got the milk. I made the blueberry stuff and it's really good. It's really, really, really good. And it wasn't that hard. Well, you had to make the cake and then you had to make a streusel topping to go on top of it. So you had to make a couple different things. There was an icing as well, but I did not make the icing. I figured we didn't need any icing. We needed no icing on our blueberry muffin cake. But it was good. It was good. There's still or more than half of it is still out there. Dale's been munching on it today. I had one small piece this morning. That was like my breakfast before I took off to go get the iris. But it was yummy. I'll make it again for sure. And I discovered something. I used to be a huge Pinterest person. When I was teaching, I would find all kinds of things for teaching on Pinterest, and I have a bunch of recipes on Pinterest. But when I went looking for a blueberry recipe to use these blueberries on, I found that a lot of my links and my pins that I had pinned no longer work. So it's like either the blog that they came from or the website that they came from no longer exists. And so they're just not good links anymore. They don't work. So I'm like, well, that's a hassle, right? I mean, I suppose that's something to do one afternoon when I have nothing better to do, right? Go through all of my pins on Pinterest and see which ones work and which ones don't anymore. That sounds like fun, right? I did go and delete like all of my boards that had to do with teaching. I did that one day. That was fun. Yep, let's get rid of those. Anyhow, yeah, so we did that. um, so we've lost 2 huge branches to our crabapple tree in our front yard. And It was not due to storms. There was no storm. One day earlier this week, or last week, maybe it ended last week, looked out there and there's a huge branch on the ground full of apples, huge branch, lots of apples on the ground. So Dale cut that one up and no, he didn't. He had the grandkids help him one day. I wasn't here. Why wasn't I here? I don't know. I was gone that day and he had the grandkids help him with that one. So he taught the kids how to use the loppers and the clippers and all that fun stuff. And they were helping him cut up the tree. Of course, I just found a plus sign right there. Right? Oh, 3 of them. I found 3. Let's get them 3. After I looked and looked and looked and looked, there's 3 more right there. So he taught them how to use the loppers and all that stuff. So then the other day I walked out and I'm like, there's another huge branch down. And Dale was like, well, I'm going to wait until Thursday when the kids are here and the kids can come out and help cut it up. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. So Thursday came and the kids are here and we all ended up outside cutting the tree up, cutting up this branch, loading it up into the trailer and taking it all over to the burn pile, right? And while we're doing that, he looks up in the tree and he's like, there's one up there that's broken already. There's another branch up there. I'm going to have to get the saw. He's got a pole saw. I'm going to have to get up there with the pole saw and cut that one down because it's going to come down. It's broke. And I looked up and I was like, it sure is. So now we got 2 huge branches on the ground and they are covered with apples. Covered. And so these apples are not ripe yet. These crab apples aren't ripe yet. And they won't ever be able to, ripen up because, they've lost their food source. Anyhow, we were out there for hours and hours cutting up the branches and hauling the branches and then raking up these apples. There were tons of them. I mean, we could have left them where they were for the deer and stuff, but they're in our yard and there was too many. And then Dale wouldn't be able to mow or anything like that. So we raked them all up. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, right? Trying to keep kids engaged and helping them, getting them to help and all that stuff. It just, the deer do love it, Gina. And we don't mind when naturally some of the apples fall on the ground. We'll see deer out there all the time. But this was just like huge amounts of apples. And we couldn't leave all those out there. It was just way too many. So there's that. We had fun with that. And of course, it was hot, but it wasn't like 90-degree hot like it was yesterday. Yesterday was killer here. Oh my gosh, it was killer. Horribly hot. 90-some degrees and humid. You stepped out and you felt like you just walked into a sauna. It was horrible. And then last night, we had storms. They didn't come through until well after midnight. But oh my goodness, did it disturb my dogs. My dogs were up. They were awake. They wanted something. I don't know. I let them out once, put them back in. Dale got up. He let them out. And it's raining. And, they don't want to go out in the rain, trying to dodge the raindrops. 6 o'clock this morning, I'm like, okay, Toffee, you have been out. You have gone to the bathroom. You have had water. You have had all of your needs met. Why are you still carrying on and whining in your kennel? I couldn't take it anymore. I got up about 6:10, opened up the kennel, got her out, tossed her little butt on the couch and said, here, have a blanket, lay down, and be quiet. It's 6 a.m. I'm going back to bed. Leave me alone. But she did. I mean, she did. She went and she laid down, and I never heard another peep out of her. And then I got up about 8, and I was like, thank you. Thank you. You know, I don't know what her issue was. I think the storm, honestly. I think the storms and the rain just, I don't know. I think they get to her. She's my one that doesn't like the smoke detector going off and all that kind of stuff. You know, when the power goes off and all of our things go chirp, chirp, chirp and make crazy noise, and she freaks out and she runs and she hides under the beds and all that. But she couldn't hide because she was in her kennel. But the rain was done. She was fine. I got to go back to sleep, right? Who knows, right? Who knows what they're thinking, right? Yeah, it was crazy though. Crazy. Yeah. And um, somebody told me earlier they didn't realize you could eat crab apples. You can eat crab apples. Some of them taste pretty good. Oh, I could not stand the heat in Texas. I could not stand the heat in Texas. That's why when we went to visit in Texas, we went in March because I knew I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm not a hot weather kind of person. I just can't do it. So yeah, don't set me in 100-degree weather. I will die. I would be inside all the time. I would never see the light of day outdoors because I would just be in the house nonstop all the time. But yeah, so our poor crab apple tree. I have a feeling there were so many apples on it. And crab apples are a weird tree to begin with. I don't know. I don't think they're as sturdy. I think it's easier for them to, break like that and stuff. And they'll grow really weird too. Like the crab apples over in the side yard, the branches will come down to the ground and they'll start growing right out of the ground, a new branch. And they're really weird trees. But anyhow, yes, this is a tiger. I am making a tiger. Hmm. Oh, it took out the power lines. Oh, yikes. They've been really careful around here. They have done a lot of tree trimming and cutting and stuff to avoid trees falling on the power lines. We haven't lost power like hardly at all. And the one day we did lose power, there was like no logical reason why we lost power. There was no rain, no storm, no nothing. It was just power was out for about an hour. No idea why. You go back and forth from Vegas to Texas. Neither one of those is cool, are they? You're in for a rough 10 days. I can't wait for December, right? Right? Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My brother lives there. Um, Dale's son moved there. And I'm just like, why? Why do you move to hell? Basically, right? I mean, it must be like an inferno there. It's got to be like an inferno. I've heard too many people talk about how hot it is there. And I'm like, why? If I wasn't born there, you know, why would I choose to move there? I don't know. I really don't. I would not choose to move there ever. I would not choose to move to Florida as well. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't move anywhere south of Kentucky. I am not going south of Kentucky. If I was to ever move, which I have no plans to move, but if I was to move, it would not be any more southern than that because I can't deal with the heat. Can't do it. So, well, I hear Mr. Dipple has entered the house. I don't know what he's doing, but he's in the house. Have I told you guys? I don't think I've mentioned this. I have a duck, and my duck is determined to be a mother. She is sitting on eggs, and I have no idea how many eggs she's sitting on. I do know this, though. The other day I was in there, there were 2 ducks in there. One is half-heartedly sitting on the eggs. Like she's gotten up and she's left them. But the other one, she is there, man. She is committed. She will get up and she will go out and get a bite to eat and a drink of water and comes right back and gets right back on those eggs. The other day when the other bird got up and left, I looked and I saw there were 2 eggs where that one had been. And when I came back later, those 2 eggs were gone. So I'm like, did mama number 1 go over there and get the other 2 eggs and scooch them under her now because the other mother left them? I don't know. I don't know how many eggs she's sitting on. I think it's a lot, though. I think there's quite a few eggs under her, and she's been sitting on them for about 2 weeks now. It takes 4 weeks to hatch duck eggs. So we got a couple weeks left, but I think we're going to get some baby ducks. We only had baby ducks hatch naturally one other time. And we were gone. We were on vacation, and Josh was here. And they hatched while on his watch. And he was like, one of them had some injury, something was wrong with it, and he's freaking out. He didn't know what to do, and I don't know. So this should be very interesting. I've never been here when the ducks hatch. So now we've got a whole new situation. If these actually hatch out, what do? We can't let the other ducks and chickens near babies because they will potentially kill them, They're not very nice. So I don't know. Dale and I were talking about it yesterday, and we might have to come up with either some other system. I don't know. Move this mom and all the babies. I don't know. We got to do something to protect them. Soak the crab apples in rum and butter and vanilla and cinnamon. Huh. You can also make good applesauce with crab apples. We haven't done it, but I know that you can. Moved from Indiana to South Florida and wouldn't go back. Wait, I moved to to Indiana from Florida. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would leave Florida too. I would get out of Florida. Colorful colorist. It is hot as heck in central Illinois. Hot in Colorado. It's supposed to be the hottest month on record. Like the hottest month on record. Right? Oh, because of arthritis and stuff? Well, if it helps your health, you just got to struggle through the heat. I mean, surrogate duck. Yep, surrogate. Oh, goodness. 100 degrees outside and 110 inside. Oh, Lord. I saw Jackson a week ago. I haven't seen him since then, but he's doing pretty good last week when I saw him. I haven't seen him since then, but no, the mamas don't, once the baby ducks start getting up and moving around, they're subject to all of the jerks, the boy ducks that will be jerks, and just so we have another little coop area in the back of the shop, which we have raised young birds in before. We might try to move mama and the babies into there, but we just don't know if we should move them before they hatch, after they hatch. We want to time it just right. I'm thinking we try to move them just before it's time for them to hatch. And Dale's like, well, what if she leaves? And I'm like, well, she couldn't leave. We could close her in there. And she wouldn't be able to leave them. Just feed her in there and all that stuff and kind of make her stay in there. Or we move them after they hatch. I don't know. I don't know. We got to figure this out. And, we got a couple weeks to sort through it. How are we going to do this? I don't know. I don't know. Triple digits and a drought. Doesn't that sound like fun? Fun, fun, fun. No. We were in a drought. We're not in a drought anymore. We are not in a drought anymore. Google it. That's right. Just Google it. Google everything, right? Um, well, they can't go into the greenhouse. The greenhouse would be too hot. But they can go into the little pen in the back of the shop. That's for sure. They can do that. Like I said, we have raised chickens and ducks in the back of the shop. It's self-contained. It has its own door. You can keep them in there. They can't get out. That kind of stuff. We'll probably do that. It's just a matter of when exactly we're going to move them. You know, don't want to disturb her now and make her mad. Want to get the timing just right. Like they're just about ready to hatch, within a day or two. And then I think it would be safe to move them. Because then, even at that point, if she decided not to sit on them anymore, we could artificially continue the hatching process just by, putting them under a light and stuff. I think that they would hatch on their own if we were within a day or so of when they should hatch. I think we'd be good. So, a matter of timing. Just a matter of timing. Well, guess what, folks? It's that time. I'm talked out. I don't have anything left to say. I'm hungry. I don't know what we're having. We're either having some burgers on the grill or we're going to have pulled chicken. I'm not certain which one. The first thing I need to do is I need to find Dale and be like, hey, what are we going to have? Look, I'm making the side of this tiger's face right here. We're making his face. I like it. And I've been working on this quite a bit. And I'm really kind of shocked. This is as far as I've gotten. You can't see everything I've gotten done, but I would have thought I'd gotten more done. But it is what it is. There's a lot of confetti here. There really is. A lot of color changes. Like in this little area right here. I mean, how many colors have I used? Just tonight, I've used 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've used 10, and that's all I've gotten filled in. There's a lot more to go. Yeah. All right. Angie is going live. Yes, she is. So you can go see Angie live. I hope she's home. She's supposed to go live. She's been out all afternoon with her husband and son. They were out doing some fun stuff. So, yeah. But she should be live right after me. So check her out. And I'm going to go have dinner. So it's great hanging out with you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Stay cool. If you're in that terrible, terrible heat, stay inside. Just stay inside in the air conditioning. That's my advice. Stay in. I stayed in yesterday like all day. I wasn't going outside. I was like, no. All right. Good night, everybody. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, you guys.